And when you're creating something to this magnitude, again, it doesn't, when you're just looking at it, you're just like, okay, it's a safe. You know, you don't really understand what goes into it. But we had a ton of hurdles. You know, we had to reiterate our PCBAs multiple times. We found that there were so many different issues that, like, you over time, you know, you fix and you change and you improve. And specifically now we're talking about like features, right? That's like what, so now we have all these electronics, we have all this amazing PCBA that's the brain. And so, like, what are you getting out of it that you're not getting with a regular safe? And that's kind of like the main focus, right? And so the real difference for me, for the way I see this product, is this is a connected device, you know? And I'm going to dumb this down as simple as I can. But when you're buying a regular safe, a traditional safe, right? You're buying this secure piece of metal that you know is going to protect your goods. It sounds amazing, right? The concept sounds amazing. The problem where it fails is you don't know if something happens to your safe, right? So if you had a safe at home and it's not connected and somebody goes into your house, they break into your house, maybe you don't have an alarm system, maybe something doesn't pick up, I don't know. You know, they could go in and they could either open your safe, break into your safe, steal your safe. You would never have any idea that anything happened, you know? And so if you have somebody who goes into your safe and takes something, that's much worse than if they steal the entire safe, right? Because you don't know what they accessed, how they accessed, anything like that. And that's where, you know, connected devices, similar to mine, right? We're talking about, like, there's 4 other smart safe companies in the market. They don't do what we do, but they have some kind of connectivity, right? So that's where a connected device really comes in, is if somebody touches your safe. And so our safe specifically, we have tamper sensors. So if somebody moves the safe, you're going to get a notification. If somebody touches the screen, you're going to get a notification. If somebody tries to put a PIN code in, you're going to get a notification. If the sensors, we have humidity and temperature sensors. So if there's a fire in the building, you know, the temperature is going to go up in the safe. So you'll get notified for that. If the humidity goes too high or too low, you'll get notified for that. And so we work a lot with sensors, where most of these other smart safe companies don't do that, right? They only work on one thing. Did it open? If it did, send the notification. You know, so we are a lot more advanced in that sense. And so the idea behind it is we want people to be connected to their safe, right? We want people to have peace of mind. That's ultimately what we're doing with all our features. And so one of the features that we have, which is really great, is if somebody picks up the safe, then it'll go into a lockdown mode. And what'll end up happening is the safe screen ends up flashing this red alert. You can't use the screen. This really, really loud alarm goes on, which is 130 decibels. And
it's loud. That's like
airplane
loud.
Yeah, it's really loud, especially if you're like in a room.
Yeah, that's gonna mess up your ears.
Yeah, I remember when we were testing this thing, I could not stand it, you know, and but that's the point, right? The point is you want somebody who's breaking into your house, if they're taking this thing, to say, like, holy crap, you know, like, I can't walk 20 feet with this. I'm going to go crazy. Somebody else next door is going to hear, you know, so that's one of our features.